All right, here we go. So the S&P 500 makes new record highs, breaks through 5,800. So the bull market now turns 2 years old, but how long will it last? Bank earnings kickstart the Q3 season, and so far it's looking good. And we have more banks reporting earnings this week. Also, Tesla revealed the robotaxi and tanked. So as you can see, there's lots to talk about. So let's get started. And as you can see, we are back from Cayman Islands, and I'm already missing the island, Mark. What about you?
Oh yeah, it was so much fun. Beautiful place, nice weather, great group of people with the mastermind group there. So yes, I'm missing it as well.
Yeah. Anyhow, welcome back to Coffee with Marcus and Mark. And today is Monday, October 14th. And in this show, we are going to talk to you about what's happening in the markets and how we are trading it. And gosh, Mark, look at this. Up and away in the in the markets. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. On Friday, already making record highs, and today, a little bit of follow through.
Yeah, gap higher and rallying. Friday we closed above 5,800 in the S&P for the first time, finishing the week strong. We're up, I think, 1.1% in the S&P, and now all of a sudden it seems like we're approaching 5,900.
Jeez, I mean, yeah, based on absolutely no news this morning, because if you look at the economic calendar, we see that there's nothing today. In fact, I mean, today the bond market is closed because it is Indigenous People Day, previous known as Columbus Day, and Thanksgiving in Canada. So happy Thanksgiving to our Canadian friends. But other than this, we have a few Fed members speaking, but I mean, they already said everything they had to say.
Yeah, so markets open, exchanges open in the US. Like you said, bond markets are closed, but doesn't seem to be holding back the S&P, and tech in particular leading the way with another push in some of those AI names.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, if we look at the heat map right now, we see the overall pretty green. Nvidia leading the charge again this morning, up 2.55%. But we also see that the Magnificent Seven doing pretty well. So Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Meta, and then we have Tesla and Amazon. Now we'll talk about Tesla in just a moment of what's happening there. But hey, today marks the 2 year anniversary of the start of this bull market. Look at that.
Yeah, October 2022 printed a low, and since then it's been up and away.
Yeah, let's see. I haven't measured it just yet. So let's see how much we are up. And this is, wow, 66%.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. I mean, holy cannoli. I mean, how much higher can we go here? It seems that there is nothing right now stopping this market.
Path of least resistance seems to be up, Marcus.
It definitely seems to be. I mean, just looking at the economic calendar, not a whole lot going on this week. On Thursday, we have core retail sales, which could be a market mover, especially for the retail shops. But I think this week it's all about earnings.
It is. Big banks, or a few anyway, kicking off earnings season Friday. JPMorgan, Wells Fargo, huge days on Friday with a positive reaction there. And then this week, more financials.
Yeah, so we have tomorrow before the bell, Bank of America, and Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, and Schwab reporting earnings. We see that it's all about the finance sector, and finance sector means bank. It means credit cards. We have American Express here, and then of course we also have insurances. So we have Travelers, we have United Health. So we also have a few Dow components, Johnson and Johnson, United Airlines. But you see, it's mainly with Morgan Stanley. What else? Blackstone, Tourist Financial, Fifth Third Bank. It is just a very heavy week for financial earnings.
Yeah, you almost circled all of those, Marcus.
I know, right? I'm so excited. And as you said, I mean, JP
Bingo.
Morgan and Wells Fargo on Friday, leading it up. And on Friday, I mean, up 4.4% for JPMorgan. This morning, a little bit of a pullback here.
Yeah, but still a nice earnings move Friday, and that pullback not doing much. But look at Wells Fargo, more follow through.
Gosh, Wells Fargo on Friday, I mean, up 5.6%. Today, another 3%. So that brings it up a total of 8% for Wells Fargo. That's a pretty big move in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, we have Tesla not reporting earnings, but on Friday having a big event of unveiling the robotaxi. Or was it Thursday night? Can't remember. I mean, when you're on island time, it's all just relative.
I think it was Thursday evening, but yeah, he unveiled the robo taxi, and there was also kind of a push more towards AI and I mean robots and everything, showing that Tesla could be more than just an auto company, but a technology company. I think that the bigger disappointment here, from what I read, is that the robo taxi might be a great idea, but there's also going to be some huge regulatory hurdles to really roll it out and get it out where it's actually something that changes how we drive. And so it seemed like there really wasn't a big discussion or unveiling there of how it's going to be implemented, although it looked pretty cool.
I think the big deal will be Tesla's Optimus robot. This is an exact drawing of what it will look like.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty
anyhow,
good.
I mean, Elon Musk also revealed the Optimus. I mean, he's been working on it for a long time, and he basically said, you know what? We already put all the technology in cars, and according to him, he says there's not much different to put this in a robot. Now he says this robot will probably cost between $20,000 and $30,000, and I mean, honestly, it's probably too far away. But this is a price where I believe that Tesla can generate a lot of revenue. And I mean, I hope that he's building some profits into this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thought it was pretty cool, but is it like Zuck's push into the I can't even
The
remember,
metaverse.
but metaverse, right? Where he changed Facebook to Meta, and you know that seemed a little premature, and things are now going pretty well for Meta. So maybe it's just a little too cutting edge, and it's the rally is to be seen with Tesla. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, down 8.8% on Friday. Today, at first, moving a little bit higher, then dropping back if you look at a 5-minute chart. And right now, trading around where it opened. So we'll see what traders, investors think about all of this, and still digesting the news here. Well, what else? Let's talk about our trades. What do you think?
Yeah. Speaking of Tesla.
Speaking of Tesla, first WTF win the fear trades. And yes, Tesla popped up this morning as a WTF trade. And I'm not surprised at all because we did have this 8%, 8.8% drop on Friday. And we see usually a healthy stock, nicely an uptrend, and right now pulling back, possibly getting into an oversold situation. And this is where we like to step in and buy the dip here. And this is what we did this morning. So we entered at 220, around 220.13. I think I got 220.01 and you were around 220.13, right?
Yeah, I was 220.16, but close enough. And nice pullback there, still above its 200-day moving average. So I was happy to be a buyer.
Yeah, and I mean today all over the place, moved as low as 213.74, and right now coming back trading just shy a dollar shy of our entry price. So we will see what happens here. I mean, obviously, what we are looking for is filling this gap here, and hopefully in the next few days, moving to 230 and beyond.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We also had a few exits, and the first exit was NEE, Nexera Energy. That is a stock that we did not trade, but really nice exit here this morning. getting in at 80.78 if you took this, and the open was at 81.90. So getting out with the dollar profit, not bad at all. PT. Procter and Gamble. This is a trade that we took, and we entered at 169.16 this morning. The exit signal coming in at 171.02. So a nice almost $2 gain here on this one.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah. And then I'll let you talk about Ross stores, ROST, because that is a super interesting one. We did have an exit signal here this morning.
Yeah, so this is one that we picked up on our OBE list, and we have entry signals that are identified, and then there is the OBE list, which stands for open below entry. And so we took a bunch of signals the last week or two, and this is one that we passed early on. We were able to get in with a bit of a pullback there, filled at 140.87, so nice winner.
Yeah, 140.87 this morning, exiting at 143.57. So this worked out. So the original entry here would have resulted in a loss because the original entry at 145.07. So this would have been a $1.50 loss. But the way how we traded it, open below entry, turned out into a nice winner for us.
Yeah.
All right, we do have a bunch of open positions. AEP, that is a position that we did not take. This morning, kind of unchanged, plus 0.2%. AMT having a good day today, up 0.7%. We entered it at 222, and right now it is trading $1.50 below our entry price. Let's see. We might get an exit signal here tomorrow. Let's see how this turns out.
Headed in the right direction.
Absolutely. And then we have Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola also today having a good day, up half a percentage point. And we entered at 70.05. Right now it's trading right around our entry. So we need a little bit more of a push higher, and then we can exit, hopefully, this with a profit.
Yeah. And I see you were actually filled at 69.97, or I think I was as well. So right around break even.
Yeah. MDLZ right now still trading lower today. Another 0.6% trading right around the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average recently held as support. Right now, we dipped below today. Let's see what the rest of the day brings. Our stop is at 69.10. Our position at 72.68. So right now we are trading $2.5 below our entry signal.
Yeah, out of the nice wins recently, this is one that's not quite going as we would hope. But hey, that's also in line with our expectations. We know they're not always going to be winners.
We know that. And then there's Verizon. That is a trade that we entered on Friday. We entered it at 43.15. Right now trading right around our entry price, 43.03. So nothing moving there just yet. Let's see how this trade shakes out. But this is a new position that we entered on Friday.
Yeah, and hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Moving over to the wheel strategy, and we do have first up CSIQ, which is just like, come on, CSIQ. I mean, after moving all the way up to 1960 or something like this, pulling back here a little bit after all of the excitement, kind of breaking the trend line here. Initially, we had hoped that the 15 level would hold. Right now, this is where we're looking for the 14 level. But come on, little buddy. Keep moving higher. I mean, you've seen, you can go up there. That's where we need you to be.
Yes, right back up there.
Yeah.
We could do it.
You can do it. You definitely can do it. And then HCL, Halliburton. Today, crude oil retracing a little bit, and so is Halliburton. So Halliburton down 0.9% right now. Again, my break even is at 31.79, cost base at 34.50. So we need to just keep moving higher here. Nothing to do just yet.
Yeah, and a lot of this tied with crude oil. OPEC cut demand for the third time this year. Their demand forecast for this year and also 2025, they expect it to be a little lower than expected. And with crude oil down, oil and gas is going to be down a little bit as well.
Yeah, so crude oil down 1.8% today. Halliburton hanging in there, down 0.8%, not as much as crude oil. BP, that is one that you're owning, also slightly down today, just only 0.5%, even though crude oil is down 1.8%. So, I mean, still needs to push a little bit higher for you to be able to sell calls.
Yep.
Coles a little bit all over the place. Coles having a great Friday on Friday, up 4%. Today, down 1.8%. And Coles is just beautifully trading in this range between around 1850 and 21. And this is where I have my cost base at 2150, my break even at 1974. Looked like maybe if we had a follow through this morning that I would be able to sell some more calls, but right now a little bit of a pullback of 1.84%. So nothing for me to do here today. Next on the list, Merck. Merck doing its thing. Merck on Friday up 0.3% to Dow today, down 0.4%. Merck just diddling along here. Not really wanting to rally up towards my cost basis at 120. Did it early. I was able to sell calls a few times. Right now pushing lower. So now I'm waiting for a pushback higher. Right now my cost basis, as you can see, my break even at 114.70, trading at 109.25. Not much to do. And then we have UPS, Mark. UPS, let's go.
Yeah, UPS hanging in there. So last week finishing higher in a decent week for UPS with a 2.5% gain. Today down a little bit, but getting closer to Friday's close after a lower start.
Yeah, and right now it seems that we are moving back towards the 138 level, and we know that we still have a massive gap to fill here, going back to 144. So, I mean, as you can see, right now my break even is at 133.27. So it is fortunately trading above my break even, but still below the cost basis at 157.50. But if now we can make an attempt to fill the gap and go back towards 144, I think we'll be in a much better position to be able to sell calls again.
Sure.
Yeah. And there's no new trades for us because we are kind of full. We like to have 5 positions, being diversified here in 5 positions. And that's exactly what's happening here. So we need to go back and see what is happening in the markets after we are making new all-time highs this morning. Can we keep pushing higher, or is this the moment when we pull back a little bit ahead of earnings that is happening this week? And it is this time in the show for our dad jokes. So, Mark, what do you got for us this morning? I think on Thursday we stole each other's punchlines, right?
I think so.
Jeez.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't so much of a joke, but I don't think I ever told you this story. When I was in Italy,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay, stop. I don't know what prompted that. When I was in Italy 2 years ago, this guy got kicked out of the museum for spanking statues. Can you believe that? You could say he really hit rock bottom.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So here's what I got for you. See, the other night, a police officer knocked on my door, showed me a photograph, and said, "Do you know this woman?" And I said, "Yes, that's my wife." And the police officer said, "Well, I'm very sorry, but it looks like she got hit by a bus." And I said, "Yeah, I know, but she is good with the kids and she has a heart of gold." Thumbs up.
Sometimes there's jokes you shouldn't tell.
Hey. All right, looking at the markets again, we see that the S&P 500 on a 5-minute chart made new all-time highs this morning. Right now, pulling back a little bit, diddling along on this higher level here at this point. And we'll see if the S&P can stay at this level or whether we see a little bit of a pullback today. NASDAQ, very similar. NASDAQ already pulling back after having a phenomenal morning. And the Dow finally catching up because the Dow was lagging this morning. And now the Dow is trading at highs of the day, and this is also at all-time highs right now, trading close to 43,000. Can you? I mean, we are about to smash through the 43,000 level.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. So the VIX, the volatility index, I mean, today retracing a little bit, but fortunately for us, since we like to sell premium, still at elevated levels at around 20. And I'm loving it that we are keep hanging out there around 20 and moved away
Sure.
from these super low levels market at 12 and 13. I mean, this was kind of painful.
Yeah, I love having a little volatility in the market.
Yeah. All right. Now, with that said, hope that you enjoyed today's show. If you did, give us a like. I really appreciate it. After the show, leave a comment below and let us know who told the better joke today. And if you find this was information worth sharing, then please, there's a share button somewhere here on this page, and you can probably share this video or this podcast with whoever you want. All right. With that said, have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Happy trading, everybody.